welcome back. So, in part one, we explored Renton Mystery's background, his focus on Parsi identity, and the summary and major characters of the story, The Auspicious Occasion. Now, in part two, we are moving forward towards a more detailed analysis of the story, examining its themes, characters, and literary techniques within a post-colonial and cultural framework. Mystery skillfully portrays the everyday life of the Parsi community in Bombay using irony, humor, and realism to highlight the tension between tradition and modernity, faith and disillusionment, individual and community values. Through the experiences of Rustamji and Mehru, the story becomes both a social commentary and a symbolic reflection on the fading spirit of cultural identity in a rapidly changing world. This section discusses the narrative style, major themes such as irony, conflict, and religious expectations, and the literary devices mystery employs to convey the deeper meanings of this seemingly simple yet profoundly insightful stories. Let's move to the analysis. The story Auspicious Occasion revolves around the planning and execution of traditional Parsi Navjot ceremony, highlighting the importance of culture as well. The story subtly critiques the impact of modernization and urbanization on traditional practices. The narrative highlights the conflict between modernity and traditional values, symbolized by the couple's differing attitudes towards their religious obligations. And the city, Bombay, serves as a metaphor for the erosions of tradition in the face of progress. Rohinton uses third-person narration and flashbacks to develop characters in this story, cyclic plot structure to develop themes, and he describes the Parsi religion and expressive culture through the characters. Parsi are actually followers of Zoroastrianism. Zoroaster was the founder of Parsi religion, and the people practice is where God is symbolized by fire. The two main characters of the story, husband and wife, who live in harmony, yet both are incompatible because of the age difference, physical appearance, and their attitudes. The husband, Rustamji, is quite aged and chaotic in appearance, and as he is not handsome, even is toothless and uses bad language, like abusive words with others, and has frustrated behaviors as he screamed to Mehru, "Mehru, are Mehru, where are you? I'm telling you, this is more than I can take today." He also influenced by modernity and bad habits. While Mehru, who is much younger than him and is pretty calm and organized in her approach towards people and life in general. She may view religious obligation as essential component of her identity and sense of belonging, a need reverence for ritual and traditional associates with her faith. Class difference might be seen between two characters even though they live in the same resident building. Nariman and Rustamji, both characters, can be emphasized through various subtle aspects. Both are different by language, as Nariman speaks more refined and polished manners like educated man, while Rustamji speaks in more colloquial manners and using the abusive words. They have contrast in physical appearance and in financial style as well. Nariman is willing to spend money to repair the building, but Rustamji is not willing to spend money for this. Irritation might be seen from Rustamji for Nariman as he says to Mehru, "1,000 times I have told you I will not step inside Nariman's presence." The story represents the dignity of Eastern women as Mehru is very kind to her husband, as how she makes him calm down when on the toilet upstairs lavatory leaks filthy materials onto him. She says, "On your head, chi chi chi, how horrible, how inauspicious, how insincere to the religion. That's day significance, even she does not want a bad word on that auspicious day," as she says to her husband, "Hush, Rustamji, don't say such words on Behram Roj. She is such a lady who loves her religion norms and expectations." Her excitement for attending fire temple and to meet the priest shows her aesthetic nature to religion. So the story underscores the significance of rituals and religious observances in maintaining the cultural identity as well as the emotional and psychological complexities that arise when these customs are questioned or abandoned. Cultural heritage used very prominently here, like use of Hindi language, flower wala and fragrance of sandalwood and chashni wala. Mehru makes cultural dishes, sali boti for dinner, and description of traditional dresses like sari, petticoat, and duli, etc. British influences are also seen as Johnny Walker Scotch that are only available in black market and responsible for Rustam Ji's continuing grief over the British departure. The story also highlights the bad social behaviors and crimes when Rustam Ji meet with a most uncalled for accident as someone spits pan juice on his clothes and he starts abusing them. Babaji, Dugli looks very nice now, red and white, just like in the color. The anger the crowd, Rustam Ji barely escaped them on the pretext of his old age. The priest killed by employee of temple last night of the day when Mehru reaches the temple on her special day. However, this day is tarnished by unexpected events as Rustam Ji even expresses already that now my whole day will be spoiled. So we can see interesting deliberate ambiguity here as Rohinton employs irony and humor how this can be auspicious occasion because temple is even closed because of the murder of priest, but it may also be sincere as all these mishaps bring Rustamji close to his wife at the end. The unexpected ending of the story reflects the reality and end to sentimental values and beliefs. An auspicious occasion, mystery crafts a narrative that invites reader to contemplate the significance of tradition, the challenges of cultural assimilation, and the evolving dynamic of family and relationships. Let's move to the themes. Number one is irony and unexpected twists. The story is filled with ironic situation where what should be an auspicious day turned into a series of unfortunate events. The theme highlights the unpredictability of life. Next is conflict and frustration. Both Rustamji and his wife Mehru experience a series of conflicts and frustrations throughout the day. These conflicts arise from both external factors and internal factors. They have to struggle to reconcile their religious obligations with the demand of the modern life. Next theme is cultural and religious expectation. The story portrays cultural and religious expectation as the characters are preparing to go to the fire temple for special religious proceedings. However, these expectations are disrupted by various events, challenging the traditional beliefs and rituals. Next theme is reality versus sentimental values. The story contrasts the characters' sentimental values and beliefs with the harsh realities they face. It suggests that life doesn't always align with one's idealized expectations and beliefs. Next theme is social dynamics. The story also touches on the social dynamics with Rustamji's outburst at the person who spits pan, leading to a potentially dangerous situation. It reflects the tensions and conflict that can arise in a community. Superiority versus inferiority is another important theme of the story. Rustamji's frustration and anger stemming from leaking roof could underscore the feelings of inferiority within the community, but has control on his wife, which shows superiority. His appearance, like wearing white digli, typically associated with older Parsi men, and traditional headgear, reflects his conservative outlook. The various obstacles Rustamji faces throughout the story from the person who spits pan juice onto him, then he started abusing and used a word for them to consider himself superior to them, but this can highlight this continual struggle to his feeling of being inferior in comparison to others as they come to him, beat him and call him Mad Parsi Babaji. Next is objectification of women. Objectification of women mostly portray to the character of Gajra, housemaid, young lady, as Rustamji wants to see her body when he enjoys to watch her modify her sari each morning before starting work. He makes a picture of her body in her mind and waiting for wish to come true while pretend to read Times of India, So this indicates a certain objectifying mindset that view women primarily as object of physical desire. And that also gives the sense of authority that allow the people to consider women as objects. Next is colonialism or barbarism. In the story, the theme of colonialism are implicit in the portrayal of the characters' daily struggles and the circumstances they face. Rustamji's frustration with the building control officials signify the oppressive nature of a colonial system where the locals might feel powerless and marginalized. Additionally, the disrespect shown towards Rustamji when someone spits pan juice on his clothes reflect a form of cultural and personal disrespect, symbolizing an underlying distrust for the dignity of individuals within the community. These instances collectively suggest the lingering impact of colonial rule and its influence on societal dynamics, as well as the presence of uncivilized behavior within the community, indicating the elements of barbarism in the story. Overall, the story explores the theme of how individuals cope with unexpected and frustrating events and how these events can challenge their beliefs and values. Let's move to the literary devices. Number one is symbolism. The symbolism of crumbling building symbolizes the need for renewal, repair, or addressing hidden problems within seemingly happy moments of the story. Next is chaotic clothes. Chaotic clothes represents a departure from tradition or social norms, so that's why it makes Rustamji furious. Next symbol is a symbol of tea. The tea symbolizes the warm reception of the family, creating sense of togetherness. It's also a symbol of culture and tradition, as it makes both husband and wife get close together. Tea, thank God for the tea, Rustamji thought. Next symbol is the symbol of fire. The symbol of fire, it signifies purity, cleanship, and passion or energy that provides the light in darkness. It might indicate the intensity of emotions and celebration as well. Next is the crowd. Gathering of people can symbolize unity, togetherness, and sense of community. It also represents our culture as the crowd come because of argument of Rustamji with the man who spits pan juice onto him. Next device is imagery. The imagery of the festival, the story revolves around the celebration of the Parsi New Year, Behram Roj and Navjot. Imagery relates to the festivals include the colorful patterns. The imagery of the apartment reflects the modest lifestyle as a small living building, worn out furniture, and the constant noise from the neighbors emphasize the challenge of living in crowded community. The imagery of the clock ticking, along with Rustamji's desire to fix, represents the attempt to mend the relationship and restore harmony. Mehru's cooking creates sensory image, especially when she makes preparation of dhansak and patrani machi. In conclusion, we can say that Rohinton Mysteries' auspicious occasion comes together to provide a poignant and thought-provoking ending to the story. In literary terms, the conclusion of the story would aim to tie up loose ends, provide resolution to conflicts, and leave the reader with a deeper understanding of the characters and themes explored throughout the narrative. That is all for today. Thank you so much. I will see you all in the discussion forum. Allah Hafiz.